Welcome to my little space on the internet. You're now tuned in into a show that helps break down the complexities of life in the easiest way possible. Something we like to call simple complexities. I'm your host, Alley Cat, and we just gonna get right into it. Meow. Hey, my blissful butterflies. It's official like a whistle. I'm back, baby. I am trusting that all of you are having a great week thus far, and you're getting ready for the upcoming cookouts next week and the paid holiday off. Which, yeah, we should have had Juneteenth off too. Shameless plug. And that nothing but peace, love, and light are ahead for you in the days to come. So tap in with me, y'all. This week, I want to talk about some of the best times I had with my family and friends in the Poconos. That's right, the Poconos. OMG, I've spent several times there in the winter, spring, and summer. But come to think about it, I have never been in the fall. So, I have to plan something around that. Yeah, I'm going to have to spin the block on that because fall is one of my favorite seasons since it includes my birthday month, baby. Whoop, whoop. And I would love to see what the Poconos has to offer me and my family during that season. Now back to these trips. I wanted to share some of my childhood memories because I still hold them close to my heart to this very day. And y'all, I'm an open book. So I need y'all to vibe with me, soar with me while I reminisce. And I thank you wholeheartedly for complying. One of the trips I remember was when my birth mother picked me up from my grandparents and took me to her friend Miss Anna's home one weekend because Miss Anna had just moved from New York to the Poconos with her husband, and she was really missing the NY because where they had moved to, where they were currently living, I remember it being really country, and the backyard was completely covered in snow by the next morning when I woke up. I mean, it was inches of snow too. I was so amazed because where I grew up on Bailey Avenue, the snow we had was dirty and grayish looking. And y'all, we couldn't play in that for real as kids. So being at Miss Anna's house, waking up to that snow, it was like a dream because the snow, it really didn't even look real, y'all. So I remember that morning, Miss Anna made me some hot chocolate. And I think I remember her having those Archway frosted lemon cookies, you know, the one in the red packaging, because she bought them remembering and knowing that those frosted lemon cookies were my favorite. Man, I love that woman. She was so sweet. Shout out to you wherever you are, Miss Anna. I miss you, pretty woman. Anyway, so I'm kicking my feet, happy as a pig in poop, just sipping on my hot chocolate and eating my cookies. And I remember looking out her back bay window, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, this big black bear comes crawling around in the snow in her backyard. Y'all, the bear was so huge, and it was my first time seeing one that up that close and personal like that. Child, my entire being and soul escaped my body, but I still held on to my cookies and hot chocolate though. I just took another bite and sip. Okay. Another trip I remember is when my grandparents took me and my cousin to the Poconos, and we stayed in this like little mobile home type thing on like some campground, I think. It was really small and cozy. And I remember sometimes it felt like we were walking over top of each other. And it was only just my grandparents, me and my cousin. So it was just four of us. We didn't really need a big space for real. Like, so we were grateful for what we had. Now, that was in the summertime because I remember we had a ball in the pool and I had a little tan by the time we went home. I believe I remember we had access to a grill and Daddy cooked us hot dogs on it. And we were in seventh heaven. I don't even remember my cousin and I fighting that weekend because we was kind of bad. But we probably did fight because I could just remember my grandma being exhausted by the time we made it back home to New York and settled in. Poor Ting Ting. Rest in peace to the goat. I miss and love you so much, Ma. Lastly, the final trip I'm going to share about was the weekend that my birth mom, Niecy, took us to the Poconos. Supposedly, I believe it was some type of bus trip, or we could have drove up there. I honestly can't remember that part. But they had some type of like an adult 3-day party with adult entertainment, DJ and dancing. And I just remember so many freaking buffets that we had to choose from like throughout the entire weekend. Niecy had a lot of mentees, like, because she, worked in the New York City school system. And so I remember she had one of her students, I think that had just graduated or was going to graduate from Clinton High School in the Bronx. That student, she came with us so she could watch me and some other kids that went along while the adults played around with their little nasty selves. I just remember one of the nights we had like a hot cocoa sleepover in one of the hotel rooms. Another night there was a pajama party where we all had to wear PJs. And y'all, we met these older teenagers from up top that were dressed just like Mace and Diddy. I remember one of them having like this mahogany brown PJ set that was like, it looked like silk, and the other one had on a matching red one that was like really silky smooth. Y'all, they even had the dark sunglasses and chains and all of that. And I remember me and Niecy's mentee, we were both lying about our age, like, so they thought we was older. Yeah, we were a little bad sisters. We also spent a lot of time in the inside pool area because it was during the winter and it was so hot in there that it felt so good, like a sauna. And I think the second day or it might have been the third day, I don't know. There was some type of kid event too that we got to make gingerbread cookies and decorate them as well. We really had a blast that weekend because everything was so well put together. Like, shout out to Niecy for having her student come because, she was older, like she was probably like 17, and, the adults were able to go off and play and not worry about, the kids and having to babysit them the entire trip. At least they were able to have some fun and enjoy themselves. So that was a really good idea that Niecy had came up with. And I don't know, it might not have been her idea, but I know she made it happen like she normally did. So since I just shared with you all some of my precious memories about my Poconos road trips as a kid, I wanted to leave you with just a couple of ideas so that prayerfully you and your entire family could get together and maybe plan a trip out there in the near future. This might even spark up a new tradition, and I love a good tradition. So how about you find some Black-owned vacation spots up there in the Poconos that you could sow a seed in, support, and hopefully have a ball in seeing what they have to offer you. Prayerfully, it will be an entire experience for you and your entire family. Or how about instead of booking the trip up there by yourself, find one of our travel agents to invest in and have them book the entire trip for you so that all you have to do is show up, boo. Now, doesn't that sound wonderful? I know it does to me. Here, my beloved travel agent, take this debit card or set me up on a payment plan because I am ready to go. And thank you kindly. Well, I really hope you have enjoyed this episode. And I have to thank you all again for warmly welcoming me back into your space. And since I have missed you so, I really want to hear from you. I really do. I truly want to hear from you. And I need you to tell me about your most memorable road trips because I know you have some good ones. So get right on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and leave me a comment. I would love for you to leave a review because I want to know your thoughts and I want to hear about these trips. And while you're at it, follow me on Instagram at Lady A Real One. And also follow the network at CWFP_. I also now have an official Facebook Alley Cat page. The link is in my bio. So please follow me and love up on me, y'all. Because that is another place you'll be able to find my daily affirmations that my butterflies have been asking for. Well, let me get out of here. I have been your host, Alley Cat. Thank you for soaring and vibing with me, my butterflies. These are just some of the simple but yet complex things that I saw on the net. What are some of your simple complexities? I'll let you think about it. Chat next time. Meow.
This is the CWF network where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.